This is Straight Good, just Alexander, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Jay Will, and I'm down to dunk.
They have. Here we go.
I'm Isaiah Hartenstein, and I'm down to dunk.
I hope savior of basketball has won.
Well, the Dortcher Chamber has been going pretty well.
I'm Aaron Wiggins, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Chet Holmgren, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm Mark Dagnall, and I'm down to dunk.
He just does a big smile and
I feel blessed by God to be here down to dunk, be here with you.
I'm Alex Caruso, and I'm down to dunk.
I'm AJ Mitchell, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Isaiah Joe, and I'm down to dunk.
Oh, jeez. Are you going to sing it good enough for me to guess it, or?
Panhandle. Jeez. I'm tweaking.
Name 2 famous Oklahomans.
Myself and Jalen Williams.
Is that a crazy answer?
All my friends call me Bob.
Where's Rachel? Unique story. You lived a whole life.
Plain?
Plain.
This is Kason Wallace, and I'm down to dunk.
This is Lou Dort, and I'm down to Dort.
True blood Oklahoma.
That's right. Pretty exciting, if you ask me.
This is J-Dub, world champion J-Dub, and I'm down to dunk. And eat burgers.
Ooh, welcome to Down to Dunk. I'm your host, Andrew Schlecht. We're part of the Athletic Podcast Network. Before I get to my good friend Alex Speers, I want to tell you about 2 other friends of mine, Aaron and Drew Reese of Shelter Insurance. Contact Drew, 405-478-7714, or Aaron, 405-773-5500. 2 of the best in the business, everybody. Everybody needs car insurance. Everybody needs home insurance. Maybe you have rental properties. Maybe you have a boat. Do you have a boat? You need to get insurance. And these are 2 guys that you can trust. They're Thunder fans. If you're listening to this, you're probably a Thunder fan. If you're located in the Oklahoma City, Bethany, or Mustang area, you should give these guys a call or a text today and support the people that support Down to Dunk. With me this morning, it's my good friend Alex Speers. Alex, what's up?
What's up, Andrew?
What is up?
What's up?
Thunder are 11-1. They beat. Beat just doesn't even seem like the right word. They just embarrassed the Golden State Warriors in OKC last night. A game that I was talking to Anthony Slater before the game. I was like, you know what? This should be a good game. It's like, I think on paper, this is the best team the Thunder have played since they played the Rockets earlier this season. I'm kind of looking forward to this game. And then by halftime, I was like, this is not going to be a good game. And it was not, because the Thunder were nearly perfect and the Warriors were quite bad.
Was the first quarter, the only thing holding it back from breaking out even earlier into a blowout was just that the Thunder had some really dumb turnovers. And Golden State, to their credit, that Buddy Hield strip on Isaiah Joe, good defensive play from Buddy Hield. Shout out Buddy Hield. But kind of an uncharacteristic, the turnover for the Thunder.
Yeah.
And that really felt like it was the only thing keeping them in that game.
Totally.
But I can only say that in retrospect, because at the time I was just like, yeah, this is going to be a back and forth game, whatever. But then as soon as this second quarter started, and you just started to realize how mid this Golden State team, one thing I came away from this game feeling is my perspective of this Golden State team was highly biased towards what they did the first 2 games of the season.
Yeah.
Because they beat the Lakers, they beat Denver. Mm-hmm. They looked like the team that people had talked about in the preseason. Like, man, if they're healthy,
watch out.
This team was incredible post All-Star break. It looked like that team again. And since then, now granted, there's been 10 games since then. Steph has sat 3. He was sick. It was his first game back. They've been 23rd in offense over their last 10 games. Against, I would say, not like a murderer's row. They lost a game to the Kings. They had I think they lost to the Pacers. They had some bad losses in there. And again, some of those were without Steph. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, you just watch this team and it's just like, okay, Steph can play better. Steph will be better. He's still coming back from his sickness. Jimmy just doesn't look, well, he looks like regular season Jimmy Butler.
Only slightly interested in playing basketball, Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and same with Draymond. Draymond's just kind of he needs his first technical to get going. And then if it seems like the game's slipping away, he's just going to check out. But the rest of their team, man, like one of the things that stuck out to me was how many times Isaiah Joe blew by Brandon Pajemski.
Yeah.
Just blew by him.
He did.
Isaiah Joe.
It's like Isaiah Joe, who is a guy that might go an entire game without dribbling. And like that guy,
multiple drives were just immediately got by Pods. And it's not like they have some amazing rim protector behind them. So
that was maybe their biggest problem, is that they did not play a even near average big man 1 minute last night. Like they just don't have him. Quinn Post is
not good. He's not good.
Nice story, but he's not a good player.
I mean, this is no shade to Brandon Carlson, but like if a team was relying on Brandon Carlson the way that Warriors were relying on Quentin Post, you would be like, oh, that's great that he's getting like a bigger opportunity.
Yeah.
But I'm not like super confident about a team relying that much on Brandon Carlson. In the same way, he only played 13 minutes last night, but a lot of that was just because they couldn't keep him on the court.
It was can't play post.
They would have liked to play him more.
Yeah. Yeah, because he theoretically is the kind of guy that you want out there that spaces the floor.
Yeah.
He's got like some passing chops, but like defensively, he just had nothing to give.
And you combine him with a few of these other guys like Pajemski, and all of a sudden it's like, man, this defense stinks.
Yeah.
It was so the contrast of watching the two sides of the court. Like sometimes I'll blur my eyes just so it just looks like blobs, just so I can see like, because it's just I do it sometimes just so you can see like how active one side is just moving around in your vision versus like the slow black jerseys of the Warriors on the other side. Like it really was. I mean, it was like looking at a petri dish and just like all these active cells on one side, and then the other side is just like dying cells that aren't moving at all. They're all moving. I mean, it really reminded me of the Clippers.
Yes.
And they're old. Obviously, this is an old team because of their stars, but they have younger players. They have a lot more younger players than the Clippers do.
Yeah.
And still, they just looked a half step slow on everything.
Yeah. They have all these younger players that Steve Kerr at one time or another has said, I don't really want to play that guy.
Yeah, seriously. But just comparing the two, like the Thunder defense dictated so much of what the Warriors offense did.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, on the other end of the court, it was like the Warriors were constantly on their back foot.
Yeah.
I mean, probably best exemplified by that play where Shea has the ball at the top of the key. Moses Moody reaches. Shea goes the other way, attracts three guys to him. Easy dump off to Chet. Easy dunk.
Yeah.
And Chet, of course, 100%. Pitched a perfect game last night.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chet.
I was looking on StatHead of players that had like at least 23 points, 11 boards, and then were at least 9 of 9 or better from the field.
Oh, Serge? Did you do playoffs?
I didn't do playoffs. This is just regular season. And it's 34 times that it was done.
Yeah.
Not that many times. And when you break it down to like, did the guy attempt a 3-point shot? It's 1, 2, 3, 4 times. That's it.
Who were they? Give us their names.
Okay, I'll let you guess. I'm going to put you in the chair now.
I'm thinking like, okay, I'm thinking of just the 3-pointer guys.
Okay.
Karl Anthony Towns?
No Towns.
It should be him because he's kind of like lower volume.
It's really just
Porzingis?
It's just 2 other guys that have done it.
Porzingis?
Not Porzingis. And there's one like very like low hanging fruit.
Oh, LeBron?
No.
Well, that would be a low hanging fruit.
Our fruit's a little bit lower.
What they have to have 10 rebounds though too?
11.
11. I mean, who? I can't think of.
Jokic.
Oh, Jokic. Duh.
Yeah.
Duh, freaking.
Yeah. Jokic has done it twice.
Yeah.
And then the other guy, which is it's funny, Domantas Sabonis did it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So made 2 threes in that game actually.
I was thinking, would a Sabonis for AD swap help anyone? Would that do anything for anyone?
It's just shuffling the deck chairs for both teams. Like, no.
Well, I was thinking like Sabonis, more of a ball. He can do more in an offense, like in terms of orchestrating the offense, which the Mavs need.
Yeah, no,
No,
thank you.
I mean honestly, once we see what the return is for AD, you're going to be saying, "Ooh, in comparison, Sabonis is a great return."
I mean, the question lies here. Like, do you want to pay Domantas Sabonis as one of your best players for your franchise?
Yeah, but I mean, how much?
I'd rather get picks and somebody who's not going to be on my team for very long.
You're not getting crazy amount of picks for.
I'd rather get pick. And
I'd rather get pick.
I don't want Domas.
Yeah. So he has 2 more seasons after this season. AD has 2 more seasons, but of course he has a $63 million player option in 2 seasons.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Uh,
Anyways, that was an incredible night from Chet. And when you look at a lot of these guys, like most of these numbers that I'm looking at, it's like Wilt Chamberlain, it's Jared Allen, it's Dikembe Mutombo, it's Dwight Howard several times.
Yeah.
It's these guys. Rudy Gobert did it. Walker Kessler's done this. Kenneth Faried did it.
Manimal.
Most of these guys are guys that are just dunking the ball, right?
Yeah.
These are guys that score around the basket. They're grabbing rebounds. Like that's what they're doing. They're not doing what Chet did last night. I'll tell you that. Who's like taking like one-legged turnaround fadeaway shots. That's like getting and ones at the rim. They're shooting threes. They're not doing that. And he was truly special last night and is starting to kind of scratch the surface and of who he can be. And it was really fun. If you haven't watched it, I would go watch his press conference from last night because you ask him any question and he was just an open book. He was just wanting to talk. It was like almost like a podcast with him. And like Chet is just like unloading everything. Cause I asked him about like his work that he does in the summer and how does he feel that paying off this season? He did sit down, Alex Flanagan, 88414 in the chat. He did sit down. He was like, and then he like rewound. He's like, you know what? It makes me think a lot about my first year, like right before, after I was drafted in between, before I played or didn't get to play my whole rookie season. Like he's like, I feel like I improved a lot and I put in a ton of work and I got a lot better in that stretch. But he's like, now after going through the playoffs, winning a title, seeing what these teams can do over the course of 7 games to like my game and to me, like he's like, I feel like I know how to work smarter now. And like I know what to do and how to improve in the right ways. And you're starting to see that a little bit from him. I think his passing has been better. I think his like general spacing has been better. He talked about how he watched like some film of him from the playoffs and he's like, man, I look so slow. I could not get any lift on my jumper. He was like, I just physically wasn't what I am today. And so we're starting to see like this leap from Chet, which we've talked about. We talked about it all summer. And I think like last night was like one of like the first, like, oh, like here's Chet. Like he's a ridiculous basketball player. And somehow maybe he's only the 3rd best player on the team.
Yeah. And the important point for me is that even if he couldn't do that, what he did last night, what he did defensively last night is still what makes him a wildly valuable player. Like the offense is what takes him to like, has the potential to take him to like superstar status, but he is already a star as a defensive player. Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what Steph was thinking on a few of these attempts. He's like releasing the ball at like Chet's shoulder level. It's like, of course you're going to get blocked, Steph. But then he had a really nice block on, I think it was Kuminga. But he, people continue to challenge him. I actually have a fun stat for Slam and Jam about like the new Chet in terms of like the young player that everyone is challenging right now.
Yeah.
Which is pretty funny. But yeah, people still challenge Chet, but he is so good defensively.
Kuminga did it last night, 1-on-1 on the right side of the court. He's like trying to dance with Chet. Chet's not really budging. Yeah. He drives all the way to the rim and like puts up a really pathetic attempt at the rim that
Stupid.
Chet like completely contests. He didn't block it, but like Kuminga just careens off the side of the rim. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, what are you doing here? And Draymond expressed some frustration about people's commitment to winning after the game.
Yeah.
Jimmy Butler. I don't know if that was directed at Kuminga or who they're directing that at. Pajemski,
Maybe
I don't know.
himself.
Maybe he's talking about himself. I don't know. Maybe he's disappointed in the delay of games that were happening last night, which was weird. There were two very weird things that happened last night in this game. One, both teams got 2 delay of games and got delay of game technicals. Both teams did. That was weird. And then also, Steph Curry got his first ever flagrant foul on an Isaiah Joe 3-point shot where he just was in his landing space.
Yeah.
Steph was arguing it, but he got his very first in 17 seasons, his very first flagrant foul. I was sitting, Anthony Slater's like 2 seats away from me, and he like leans up after the foul, and he's like, "You want to hear a crazy stat?" Like, yes, please. He's like, "That was Steph's first ever flagrant foul." I couldn't believe it. Like that blew my mind, and it happened here in OKC. That's cool.
That is cool. Yeah. One of the takeaways from this game is just feeling like, man, small ball era is truly dead. Like, not that small ball can't have a role on teams, but
it can't
man,
be the primary way to play anymore.
You look across the league, OKC huge now in the front court. Denver always been huge.
Double big last night, like primarily double big, and like to your point, like Mark was like, part of the reason that we can play Chet and Ihart together is because we have Jay Will, and like we can kind of shuffle in, like those 3 can play together, and like he's like, it's a huge advantage for us.
Like Denver, like adding Valanciunas, they're huge. I mean, they've always been huge, but huge. Houston, huge. New York, huge. Cleveland, huge. Like those the like small ball revolution, it is dead. It is dead. There was a time when that was seen as like, it was the meta. It was the like, this is
play this way.
You have to play this way. Traditional bigs are extinct.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, like, I think I came around too slowly to this. Like, when thinking about draft picks and thinking about some of these bigs that have been in these recent drafts, and still being in that mindset of like, well, you can't take a traditional big this high, like someone like Donovan Clingan or something like that.
Yeah.
But like those guys have value. They can play. I mean, we'll see. Even when I bet Zach Edey's going to really help Memphis, because they could use anything. They could just use basketball players. But
any viable player would help Memphis at this
Yeah.
point. But I mean, part of it too, though, and why the double big has like circled back around is that like the big men now that are playing significant minutes are very skilled. Like I don't think you could just drop Joel Prisbilla or somebody on a roster today and like he's suddenly like
how dare you?
Like a great player.
Yes, you could.
I think you have to be skilled. I think Hartenstein is like such a great story because of like the player that he is, man. Like he didn't have like some crazy stat line last night, but he is clearly an improved player. And like that's probably like going a little bit under the radar, as we are 12 games into the season for a lot of teams. Like Hartenstein's just a flat out a better player. And like, and part of it is like, he's super skilled. He's learning how to play with his teammates better. And like the fact that you can play those 2 bigs together and the spacing feels better, their chemistry feels better. It's not like this clunky lineup. I think they were like, last time I looked, like, I don't know what they are after last night, but like a +24 or something.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, so last season total, they played 316 minutes together, and they were about a +12.5.
Mm-hmm.
They have already played 171 minutes together this season through 12 games. Like they're going, I mean, assuming health, of course, but like they're going to get to that 316 number pretty quickly. And they've been even better than they were last year. It's still at +24.3.
Yeah.
And the offense has been great, 128. I mean, obviously, if you're a +24, everything's good. But the offense is a 128 and the defense is a 103.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. One thing.
And
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Listen to this.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think opponents are shooting on 3-pointers?
Oh,
against,
with that lineup,
against the double big?
33%.
40%. So it's not even luck. It's not 3-point
Wow.
luck that's making this like
They've
teams are
actually
shooting
had
really
bad
well.
luck with
They've had bad luck. Yeah, that's right.
So it's not even reached the ceiling yet. Huh. Another interesting Hartenstein stat. That's hard to say. Got to figure out Heart stat. Is he's dunking the ball more than he ever has. Like last year, on 20% of his field goal attempts, he dunked 89 dunks, the most of his career. Lots of dunks. This year, 35% of his field goal attempts are dunks.
Wow.
So he has 33 dunks to start the season.
I got to give some credit to AJ for that. I don't know if it actually is him, but well, it certainly wasn't last night. The one part of the game that sent me into a coughing fit because I was laughing so hard was the alley-oop where AJ threw it off the top of the backboard.
He did. It
came out of nowhere. It's like, oh no.
Somebody told him that, like, hey, AJ, the best alley-oops are the ones that are quite good. Like, they're just, like, mostly bad.
The ones that hit the shot clock are the best ones.
Hit the Tissot clock, please, if you could. Yeah. Mark talked about iHeart how, like, one of the goals of his offseason last year was to improve as a finisher around the rim and, like, just be, like, a more aggressive finisher around the rim. And, like, Mark was like, yeah, he's gotten a lot better at that. Like, we saw that in the summer, we saw that in training camp, and now, like, we're seeing it on the court. Like, he's just a much more aggressive, better finisher. Because we saw a lot more floaters last year, and it's an effective shot. It's a very good shot. He doesn't make like the 85% or whatever that the broadcast said he did in the playoffs, but he made a lot of them. But you know what's better? Dunking the basketball and, like, getting closer to the rim if you're, like, one of the biggest, strongest guys in the league. And he's been doing that. And, like, that's been a huge part of, like, his success and the success of the team and all of that. So James in the chat, is J-Dub getting reevaluated soon? Like, we should hear something between today and Friday about his reevaluation. It's like, yeah, I think, like, that was what the press release said. It'll be 2 weeks Friday that he had that little operation. So
yeah,
see where he is. Also, like, let the guy fully heal, because, like, this team is 11-1 and they look pretty good. Chet looks amazing. AJ looks awesome. They've got, it feels like an endless number of players. Because, like, you think about last night with J-Dub out, with Dort out, with Wiggins out, and, like they just, like, didn't skip a beat. Like, it didn't seem like, if you were to say, like, yeah, this is the NBA champion Oklahoma City Thunder, you'd be like, yeah, looks like it. What a great team. What an amazing team. Like that, I mean, and a lot of this was garbage time. They played Oos 20 minutes. They played Brooks Barnheiser, who played earlier yesterday in the Paycom for the Blue. He played 16 minutes last night. Like, they've got guys. Isaiah Joe had to play 29 minutes last night and looked really good. So yeah, I mean, like, they're in great shape, and their schedule isn't, like, crazy hard for a while. So, like, just let J-Dub get better. Like, let the guy heal. Let him get to 100%, and maybe, I don't know, bring him back by Christmas. I don't know.
I just mentioned, without looking it up, that I bet there's a good connection between iHeart and AJ.
Yeah.
For both of them, the other one is the guy they've had the most assists to this season. So AJ has assisted iHeart on 10 buckets, and iHeart has assisted AJ on 9 buckets, and that leads both of them.
Wow.
In terms of the guy that they are most of the time interacting with on the court.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. That's a pretty good combo.
Yeah, that second unit is going to be a cheat code for them.
Yeah, those guys are a plus 19.3 on the court together. AJ and iHeart.
It's just not
204 minutes.
It's just not fair. Like, it's just simply not fair. Like, the advantage that they're going to have, especially when Dub comes back, when you can, like, sneak him into these lineups. Like, I think you forget, like, this is their second best guy. This is their second best player that you just get to plop onto the roster here at some point. Yeah, it's it's going to be absurd. Like the lineups, like we're only 12 games in. The lineup data is like not. It's not like the end all be all at this point, but like there's some lineups out there that you're like, wow, like they are crushing. They're absolutely crushing. Like this isn't real by any stretch of the imagination. It hasn't even played that many minutes together, but this Mitchell, Wiggins, Chet, Caruso, iHeart lineup is a plus 71 in their minutes together. Like it's just crazy what they can throw out there. It's like that doesn't even include the MVP. Isn't even in that lineup. And so I don't know. This team, we talk about like this team being better than they were last year, but like you're starting to see like, oh, I can see why. I can see how they're better than last year.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, AJ just has kind of changed the calculus for the non-Shea minutes.
Yeah.
Even though we were feeling good about Dub coming out of the playoffs, so yeah. We're spoiled. We're spoiled. We're spoiled.
Outrageously spoiled.
The Mavs just fired Nico Harrison. We have their pick in a few years. We're spoiled.
I know the 2028 pick swap is looking pretty good right now.
I know. Yeah, I'm torn on whether this is how this affects it. I just can't really decide yet because I just need to see what they decide to do. I feel like the thing that makes the most sense, since they have their pick this year, is to tank. But I also would understand not wanting to trade AD and Kyrie when they're kind of at the nadir of their value. So I wonder if you do a thing where you kind of just sit those guys for the majority of the season. Maybe you trade away some of these ancillary pieces like a PJ Washington or Daniel Gafford. You tank, you get somebody good, and then you try to see what you have next year. And hopefully Kyrie and AD have a little bit more value. One less year on their deal as well. But I still think it's awesome for OKC. But if they're, I forget who it was. It was a reporter at the beginning of the games last night, I think on Peacock, saying that they were like going to wait and see what they had with Kyrie. Bro, if they let this opportunity go by to add a top pick next to Cooper Flagg,
yeah, that would be a huge misstep.
That'll be the second worst thing they've done in the last year. Like you have to take this opportunity, and they've done it in the past. They tanked for Lively, so like it's not like they're so opposed to tanking.
Yeah,
you have to do it.
You should do that. You should absolutely do that.
Because if you come back next year and you have Flagg and one of these top three guys, I mean, you're cooking.
Yeah, then you're in great shape, and you may not be a really good team by then, and you may give up a good pick to somebody,
but you won't care because.
But it doesn't matter whenever you've got the guys.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, it's pretty rough in Dallas. I would be hoping that they would trade those guys. We're actually going to do a Dallas trade pod with Esper Henny and Dave DeFore on the Athletic NBA Daily feed.
Yeah,
pretty close to right after we record. So
I just think it's so hard to gauge an AD trade.
Oh, it's going to be so sad.
And there's so few teams that can even do it.
There's few teams that can do it. And also the guy's gained weight, can't stay healthy. He's played like 9 of 40 something games that he could have played with the Mavs during his time. Like his value is in the tank, and they're gonna, I don't know, what do you get back, like Kobe White and a draft pick?
That's why I just think you just can't trade him right now. I mean, he's not hurting you. He's not hurting your tanking chances.
That's true. Just put him on the shelf.
Yeah.
I guess. But if somebody does bite and they're like, yeah, we'd love to have Anthony Davis, then you got to take it.
Oh, yeah. If you got Kobe White, and I don't know what else, you'd probably have to take back Patrick Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take a quick break. When we come back, We'll talk more Thunder, more NBA right after this quick break. And we're back after that quick break.
And we're back.
I want to tell you about my friends over at Bob Moore Kia. Go check out Bob Moore Kia today. They're over off of Northwest Expressway in between Council and Rockwell in Northwest OKC, our old stomping grounds right now. You can get a Telluride, beautiful vehicle. This offer ends on December 14th, a 2025 Telluride S for $295 for 24 months on 10,000 miles per year, $3,995 plus title and tag due at signing, or 0.9% for 60 months. Right now, you can finance through Bob Moore Kia. Also, you can get a K4 for $295 a month for 24 months at 10K miles, $1,995 plus title and tag due at signing. Great deals, great vehicles. We're still driving around the Kia Carnival. Beautiful vehicle. Go check them out. Support the people that support Down to Dunk. Great people there. And listen, if you've never even got behind the wheel of a Kia before, if you've never considered driving a Kia before, go do it. You won't regret it. Very, very awesome vehicles over at Bob Moore Kia. All right, the Thunder play the Lakers tonight in OKC, home back-to-back. Chet kind of teased that he was excited to play the Lakers tonight.
Okay.
And hopefully Chet plays. I was checking the injury report earlier today, and the Thunder have not put theirs in yet, which I assume that is still the case. Let me look. But it'd be great to see Chet and iHeart play. Yeah, they have not submitted yet. Obviously, LeBron is out. Gabe Vincent's out for the Lakers tonight. Everybody else is playing, so that should be fun. Getting to see Luka and Austin Reeves and those guys. DeAndre Ayton dominating out there.
Yeah, this is the
Right.
this is cleaning the glass. Any guesses of what the Lakers are currently ranked offense and defense?
Oh my. Eighth in offense, 13th in defense. I don't know.
They're sixth in offense, just
Mhm.
one spot behind OKC. They're 21st in defense.
Yikes.
This has not been a good defensive team, and this is by far the best team they've played.
Mm-hmm.
They did get a very nice win over the Spurs.
Yes.
2 wins over the Timberwolves when the Timberwolves were kind of funky early in the season. But other than that Spurs win, I wouldn't say they haven't beaten the Nuggets or something. Okay, so I'm feeling more confident now that I've looked at their schedule.
Yeah.
OKC's better than this team. They should beat them. We should be talking about what a difficult matchup it is for LA.
Yeah, I mean, for real. I think that's probably how it should be talked about. Now, I do think back to like that 2-game mini series they played against the Lakers late last year.
Yeah.
And I feel like it was kind of like a pivot point for OKC in some ways because they got their butts kicked by the Lakers.
They did.
They got manhandled by that team. And so I just wonder if there's something about the Thunder that is circling this matchup in some way. Now,
you think bulletin board material from a March matchup?
I think it's for real. I think that's for real. I think that game was like a really good wake up call for that group. I really do.
As a reminder, in that game, the Lakers shot 55% from 3.
Yeah.
22 of 40. The Thunder shot 32%.
Yeah. Which is not an uncommon tale with the Thunder.
It's not, but give that's why that the reaction to that first game was just so crazy. Because it's like, okay, yeah, sure. If the Lakers shoot 55% against the Thunder every night, then yeah, it'll be bad. They beat them the very next game. They beat them by 16. And, You know what? The Lakers shot from 3 in that game, 45%. Still really good. Maybe they just are really good from 3 against the Thunder. But the Thunder in that second game shot 49% from 3.
That helps.
Helps a
It
lot.
helps. And getting Luka tossed at the end also helps.
Yeah, now Lou Dort's not back. That's an issue.
Yeah, for sure. Because he's been the Luka guy.
And the player you'd say would be number 2 on your preference list would be Dub, also out.
100% true.
So I don't really know who you put on Luka. You might have to come up with something fancy.
AC. We'll get his
AC,
shot
yeah.
at him.
Yeah, AC,
Certainly.
I guess. Yeah, I guess that's a really good option too. Yeah, I guess an all defense caliber guy. I guess we'll just try him on him.
We have
See what happens.
a 2-time all defensive guy just sitting on the bench. Oh yeah, we do. Don't worry.
But against Austin Reeves, okay, who's gonna?
Queso?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Queso Wallace was so good last night against
he was
Curry.
great.
Oh my gosh, he was so good against Curry. He was he was an absolute nuisance, just a menace to Steph Curry. And he'll get a chance on Luka. I know that he's a lot smaller and not nearly as strong as Lou Dort is, but like what guard is. But he'll get his chance to guard Luka. Like that will happen. So I wonder if they're playing the same guys that did last night. What does that look like? Because AJ is an improved defender. Like he's not a guy that I think is a bad defensive player anymore. I think that he is disruptive and he's strong, and I think that he's somebody that can handle a little bit more than you think. Like he defended Kuminga to start the game, and so it's not ideal, but there's going to be some cross matching stuff that's going to happen. With OKC, it really just kind of has to happen. But it should be really exciting. It should be a really, really fun game. I hope we get a really good basketball game between these two teams. I
hope we don't. I hope they blow them out. I hope they destroy them. I hope that people are talking about trades for the Lakers after the game.
Talking about how bad Ayton and Marcus Smart are, and what terrible offseason acquisitions. And
yeah, I'm fully prepared for them to play a good game against OKC, but you look at some of those second units. It's come on, OKC should dominate their second unit.
Yeah, their bench gets pretty thin, and they're Dalton Connect will play, Jackson Hayes will play, Nick Smith Jr. has been strangely important to them at times, especially with Gabe Vincent out for as many games that he's been out. Yeah. Their second unit is not close. Bronny James has played 7 games.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I do think this is the best team. No, it's not. They played Houston.
They played Houston. Since Houston,
best team.
Yeah, I would have thought it would have been the Clippers, who have not been good.
More.
Which I'm part of me just kind of doesn't want to look at Tankathon at all, just because it's I don't believe the Thunder are getting the 7th pick in the draft.
Tankathon is such a rush this year because so many teams, right now in the lottery, 5 of the 14 picks are going to other teams.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
It's true.
Oh, I spun it once. OKC, number 1 pick.
Wow. I got number 3 pick.
That's great. We'll take anything.
I'll
literally take anything.
Wouldn't say no to getting AJ DeBansa on this roster. That wouldn't be a bad thing.
Now the Jazz one, that'll go away. So really it's 4 of the lottery picks will transfer.
Yeah.
Because there's no way that...
You think. Hopefully they don't find themselves in the danger zone with Utah.
If Walker Kessler hadn't gotten hurt, I might have started talking about it. I might have started getting excited about it. Because I thought they were solid. They still have been solid.
I know they've won games.
Yeah,
right. They won last night. They beat Indiana, which everybody's beating Indiana. Indiana's 1-10.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Oh gosh, our guy JRE is starting for them, which is kind of cool.
That is also crazy.
They have 2 Thunder tankers starting for them, and Tony Bradley and Jeremiah Robinson Earl. How about that? If I were Jarris Walker, I'd be so mad. What's the deal here?
What was the idea from? What was the rationale from the Pacers side to make that deal with the Pelicans? Like, what made them want to do that during the finals? Have people talked about that?
Oh, I mean they got additional draft capital, right?
Oh, did they?
I think so.
Okay. It was just such a prescient trade. I mean, it looks so brilliant now. And obviously they didn't know Hallie was going to get hurt. But I mean, it saved. I mean, the way things turned out with Miles Turner leaving, like that, it could have saved this era of Pacers basketball making that trade.
Yeah.
And I realize it was top 4 protected regardless.
It was to get into the 2025 draft is what it was for.
Well, that's what
the 23rd overall pick in the 2025 draft and the rights to Mojave to the New Orleans Pelicans in exchange for Indiana's own 2026 first round pick. That was it.
Okay. And I know why the Pelicans were doing it, because they were trying to get another pick so they could move up to get Queen. But
yeah, they just love Derek Queen.
It just I guess from the Pacers perspective, it was like, well, this is just too good to pass up, because even if we are good again, this pick still has way more upside in case something does go wrong.
Yeah.
It's just amazing, because can you imagine how nerve-wracking it would be, even at 1-10, now your pick is top 4 protected, and you just don't know the whole year. You're just like, man, we really got to get 1, but even then, there's a 50% chance we're going to drop to 5.
Yeah, it's
and
terrifying.
give this pick.
It's
terrifying. And now none of this matters, and who cares?
Mm-hmm.
And
no,
and
they made themselves in a really nice spot.
Yeah,
like just keep losing, Pacers. I know it's not fun. Your team has really never done this, but this is actually really good. It could be really good for you. Like if they end up with the number 1 pick or the number 2 pick.
Yeah, and get like the Banser or Boozer on that team,
you'd be in a great spot.
Be great.
You would be in an awesome spot in comparison.
Yes, sirs.
Yes, sirs.
Yes, sirs.
Yeah, they could use a. I don't know what the quality of big men in this draft are as far as like centers go, but they could use a center.
They could.
Doesn't seem.
I believe DeAndre Ayton will be a free agent.
They can finally get Ayton.
Yeah, they wanted him once upon a time.
Can finally get their guy.
It's crazy how many sliding doors moments there are. I mean, even thinking about the Nico Harrison firing, and just remembering that he offered 2 firsts for Kyle Kuzma, and the only reason it didn't happen because Kyle Kuzma didn't think that they were a contender, as if that would matter to Kyle Kuzma. But like that would have swung so much.
It is really funny that Kyle Kuzma turned his nose up to the Mavericks, because
OKC wouldn't have that pick if Kyle Kuzma had just gone to Dallas, because that would have been used. That would have used all their picks that they had, which they would have eventually used on PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford, which was huge in turning around their season and becoming a really good defensive team. And we would have never gotten that pick swap.
Yeah.
Or maybe we would have, because they would have if they wanted to make another trade. I don't know. But man, that just, there's so many things that happen to good teams where you just get lucky. Like I'm sure there's an OKC one that we just don't know about, where like they were about to trade for a guy and something fell through. Mm-hmm. And at the time we would have been like stoked about it.
Yeah.
And in retrospect, it would have been like the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. Yeah. The only one we know about is like the one that was the best in the world, would have been the best in the world. It's the Tyson Chandler deal.
Well, the Brook Lopez one is kind of like that.
Yes.
Apparently that deal was very close to being done, and they just weren't confident that Brook was going to be willing to re-sign.
Yeah. Yeah, that would have been great. But also, like, listen, you get to any place where you have a title, like,
yeah, now it's just fun to think back on these things. Unlike other franchises where it's like, man, that could have been the thing.
Yeah.
If we hadn't done that one thing, we might have a championship right now.
Yeah. Thunder fans don't have to have a pit in their stomach about Tyson Chandler anymore because of that. Because it was like, oh man, what could have been? What could have been? Yeah, you don't have to worry about that anymore.
I know you don't listen to Bill Simmons.
I do.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Bro, he had Chuck Klosterman's on there.
I listened to this last night
Oh my
I was
gosh.
driving back late last night after the game, and I was listening to this.
I was going insane.
Yeah,
Oh.
he didn't mention the Thunder in any capacity during the whole thing.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about mentioning the worst trades of all time. How could you not the Thunder Clippers? He didn't even.
That's so funny that you said that, because as you're saying it, I was thinking he didn't even mention the Harden trade, which that's just like been part of his deal for years. He didn't even mention that. But yeah, he didn't mention the Paul George trade. I was talking about.
They did mention the Harden trade during that.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
I was just mentioning or talking about Klosterman doing like a. What was that take? Nico was treated unfairly. Talk about it for like 15 minutes.
What is he talking about?
What are you talking? One of the things I was thinking about with Nico Harrison is that it was the first move in NBA history that really didn't spawn any bad takes, because everyone had the exact same take about it, which is, this is the worst trade I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And as I'm thinking that, I turn on that pod and Klosterman's like, I think Nico Harrison was treated unfairly. It's like, what?
It was so weird, because like his take is essentially like, either you win the title or nothing's worth anything.
I know. I hate that.
What are you talking about? Like, that's not how this whole ecosystem works. Only one team out of 30 can win it every year.
I know. As much as I would like to pass off the failures of the James Harden trade, him saying like, well, the Rockets never won a title, so who can say who won that trade? There's a little part of me that's like, yeah, who can say? Yeah, it was a lose-lose, I would say.
Yeah, both teams lost, so
yeah, I guess we don't have to talk about it anymore. Great.
It's crazy.
But like, come on.
A top 5 player in the NBA. Potentially a top 3 player in the NBA. You know what? Don't know that it's going to result in a title, so you might as well just whatever.
Yeah, those are some insane takes.
It was truly like, sometimes like people think they're so smart that they are like so stupid.
See, what I think happened was that
moments.
I think they weren't planning on talking about Nico Harrison, because you could kind of hear it at the beginning where Bill just kind of brings it up. And so I think Chuck was just like vamping and just got himself into this hole because he was trying to come up with an interesting take, which, there just aren't that many interesting takes. Like it truly was. Everyone was in agreement. It was one of the worst trades we'd ever seen. Yeah. It'll go down as one of the worst trades. There's not a ton more to say at a certain point. And I feel like he just trapped himself in a bad take hole and just couldn't get out of it.
It was so dumb. It was so dumb. It's actually good, because when they got to the finals, they couldn't win. And so because they couldn't win, that doesn't matter what happened. Like, no.
Even him saying, the Mavs should have lost to the Thunder in the second round. Like, I've been one of those people that's always said like that series was a lot closer than people like to talk about it.
Yeah.
At the same time, I would never say that the Mavs should have lost that series. Like, okay, maybe it was an even series. Maybe I can convince people it was an even series. It probably should have gone 7 games.
Yeah.
But like, the Mavs shouldn't have lost that series. Like, they were at least even with the Thunder, if not better, in that series.
They won the series.
I know. Yeah, it's so
6
stupid.
games. Not in like 7 at the buzzer or something.
No, they should have lost. They should have lost, and then this would all make a lot more sense.
Insane logic. It is insane logic.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make any. That made no sense.
I was just so excited to listen to some Nico Harrison pods, just because. It's just fun to talk about how bad it all was.
It's so bad.
And tuning into that and be like, what am I listening to? Why am I listening to a Nico Harrison defense right now? What is this?
I didn't think that would exist.
And you could tell Bill was so confused. He didn't know how to handle it.
It's like, man, like treated unfairly. Like Nico did it to himself in so many ways. Obviously, you do the trade, but then everything else you say after,
Yeah.
like everything he publicly said was just like digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper. And it was just astounding. It's just astounding that he's like that. Oh, fans are finally trying to get, seeing the vision here. It's like, what? Like, what are we talking about?
I mean, the craziest part about that, the whole fallout from the trade is that like post trade, the like biggest gift that you could ever get to help your case actually happened, and it still was a massive failure. Like getting that number 1 pick.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine what position they'd be in if they had just gotten the 13th pick. I don't even remember who was in that range. Taking Thomas Sorber, and now you're just like, man, we have like nothing going forward.
I mean, Derek Queen was the 13th pick. Like if they got like,
poor Derek Queen in a sliding doors moment. He either has to be like the fall guy for this terrible trade in New Orleans, or he has to be the Luka replacement for the Mavs. Just like ultimate pressure in both scenarios.
Well, as Nico Harrison says, fortune favors the bold.
Hey, you know what? Maybe they would have been the Hawks in that scenario and would have gotten the Pelicans pick and would have tanked this year and would have had like 2 top 3 picks. Maybe that could have happened.
Bold, baby. That's what Nico Harrison said after he got the first pick with having a 0.8% chance. Yeah. That's the message to everybody. Fortune favors the bold. No, it doesn't, Nico. You just got lucky, dude. What are you talking about?
You just got like 5 more months.
Yeah, you got a 5-month life raft because you got the number 1 pick. Because otherwise, there's no way he makes it through the summer. There's just no way.
No, it would become so obvious.
Oh, it's so funny. It's so funny. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really glad I'm not a Mavs fan. That is like,
yeah.
I mean Kings fans, I feel like that's death by 1,000 cuts.
Yeah,
where they're just killing you every single season slowly. Your blood is slowly draining from your body. But this was like a decapitation of a fan base, and I just don't know how it would be so hard to come back.
Yeah, if like somehow like Mark Cuban was like still the owner of the team, like I would have faith in like this thing like figuring itself out. But like DeMont like signed off on the trade.
Yeah,
like I do not trust, and David Aldridge wrote a piece on The Athletic about it this morning. That came out this morning, just about how like he's gone, but like ownership that signed off on the trade is still here.
Hey, at least that ownership was caught apologizing. That's a big step.
But didn't even mention the trade in the apology.
No, I'm talking about the courtside thing with the fan who was wearing the Luka jersey.
Oh, that is pretty funny.
I mean, that honestly, like getting an owner to apologize to you for a trade. I mean, that's just so. You would just. I just feel like most owners in that position would do whatever they could to cover their butt the entire time.
Yeah,
would never give anything. So that's something. It's a little glint of something.
Yeah, I got Christian Clark talk to the kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So, man, it is a mess. And I know that like they feel like some like sense of victory getting rid of Nico, but you're still in the same circumstance. You still don't have Luka.
Yeah.
You luckily have Cooper Flag, but now it's like now you have to like really try to build a good team around him. And you have 2 injury-prone guys that make $100 million.
Well, unfortunately, all that like animus towards Nico, it's going to go somewhere else because his team's still going to suck, and I'm guessing it will be towards AD, since he will kind of be seen as the last vestige of this trade. I mean, they seem to like. I mean, you can't really get mad at Max Christie.
No, he is actually probably somebody you want to keep around.
He's the only player who can shoot on that team. Did you see the stat where they have 2 players currently shooting above like 30% from 3? Let me see if that's still true. That is so crazy.
I hope that's true. That is wild.
Yep. Max Christie shooting 45%, 5.8 attempts per game. That's really good. Jaden Hardy shooting 36%. After that, it drops to 28% D-Lo.
Golly.
2 players shooting above 28% from 3.
Man, and I mean the Klay Thompson contract's like another one that's just
He's shooting 27%.
God, he can't defend. He's 16.5 million this year, 17.4 next year. So yeah. It's not great, man. So a weird contract here. Klay Thompson this year, his number is $16,666,667. It's just a very weird amount.
And it's not flat because it goes up. So it's not like just dividing by 3.
Yeah, it's just a very weird amount to read. It's just a very weird amount to read. Okay. FryPod this Friday. We'll discuss the Lakers game and preview the Thunder back on the road again in they go to New Orleans, but they play Charlotte and then New Orleans on the road before they come back and play the Kings next week. God, how are we playing the Kings again? Poor Kings.
Poor Kings.
So they had to play the Thunder 3 times in the span of like 4 weeks.
And the Wolves and the Nuggets.
Yeah. Goodness. Yeah, it's over.
Yeah, there's some like good games mixed in, but honestly, it doesn't really get started until like mid-December, like until Christmas.
Yeah. Yeah, they get a lot of bad games out of the way, but they play a lot of like NBC games and ESPN games and like all of this after the new year.
Oh yeah, I'm looking. Man, some of these stretches they have. It is going to get brutal.
Yeah,
eventually.
there's some really like fun stretches of basketball.
Yeah, post All-Star break, Brooklyn, Cleveland, Toronto, Detroit, Denver, Dallas, Chicago, Knicks, Warriors, Nuggets, Celtics, Wolves, Magic. Honestly, though, it's like every other game.
Yeah, it's not like
so even that's probably their toughest stretch.
Yeah. Probably.
Oh wait, early February: Minnesota, Denver, Orlando, Spurs, Rockets, Lakers, Suns, Bucks. That's a pretty tough stretch.
Yeah, right before the break.
And that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 national TV games. That's a lot.
That's going to be a lot of fun, man. All right. You can tune into the Athletic NBA Daily. We're going to go live here shortly to break down some Dallas Mavericks trades. So tune into that here with us right after. If you're in the chat right now, go over to the Athletic NBA Daily YouTube page. We're going to go live. So I hope everybody's doing great, and we'll talk to you guys again on Friday.
Until the dawn, until the dawn.